Welcome to Donu's Week, which is about what I've been up to for the past 7 days, the people I've interacted with, the places I've been to, the things I've done and not done, and the thoughts I've had. Hello everyone, welcome to Donu's Week. Thank God it's Friday. Okay, so let me tell you what's been happening in Donu's world for the past 7 days, at least some of what has been happening. On Tuesday it was my birthday, but instead of having a great day celebrating with friends and family, I wound up in bed, sick as a parrot, as the British would say. My stomach was churning, my head was throbbing, I was absolutely exhausted, and I wound up sleeping most of the day. And when I woke up, I still felt like shit. So when various friends and people called me and said, hey, let's come round for a drink or take you out for dinner, since you have flatly refused to have a birthday party, I had to say, no thanks, I can hardly stand up. And that was the truth. So I've made a mental note to celebrate my birthday later when I'm in better shape. The next morning, while I was still feeling wobbly, I had to fly from Abuja to Lagos to attend the burial of my aunt, Mrs. Beatrice Fisher, a powerhouse of a woman, an African princess of class and elegance and intelligence, who died in London in August. And I've already told you about her actually, because there was a memorial service for her in Chelsea, near where she lived. Because she shuttled between the UK and Nigeria, and so we had this memorial service for her in London, and I did a tribute there, but the actual burial is here in Nigeria, which was her main home. She wasn't actually Nigerian. She married my uncle Henry Fisher, a Yoruba man from the southwest, and so he passed away some years ago, and it was appropriate to bring her home and bury her next to him. So I'm actually still in Lagos, and actually this outfit is part of the whole funeral thing. I shall explain. Okay, so this is what is known as Ashwebi. For foreigners who don't understand Nigerian culture, Ashwebi is when relatives and friends and work colleagues wear identical or similar fabric or fabric in the same color at special events like weddings or funerals or whatever. And this is one of the Ashwebis for Aunty Beatrice's funeral. You will see, I'm going to show you on the screen some pictures of other people wearing identical fabric or similar fabric. And so I came to see Aunty Beatrice off. And I have to commend Annette and Peter, her children, for organizing a jolly good send-off. And also want to thank the women from her church society. She was an Anglican, and she belonged to a women's church group, and they also helped a lot to make this funeral a great success. In fact, it's not even over. This was the uniform, the Ashwebi, for what we call the service of songs in Nigeria, which is a pre-funeral service where we sing hymns and read out tributes to the deceased. The actual funeral proper is today, but I can't include it in this video because it'll go until late, so I'll include some pictures of that next Friday, okay? So, and there'll be a different uniform for that. The uniform for the funeral proper is pink and white. So, so that was, it's a low light of the week because, obviously we don't want to be saying goodbye to a woman we all loved so much, okay? I mean, death is so final. But it's also a highlight because she lived a wonderful life and, you know, so classy, and the tributes were just magnificent. And this is a woman who achieved a lot, so it's a highlight to have lived to 92 years old and to leave this earth on such a high note. Because we're all gonna go, may we all go with the amount of respect and love Aunty Beatrice is leaving us with. Okay, so I'm actually in my friend's spare bedroom in Lagos. Quick shout out to Yabo. Thank you very much for giving me somewhere to stay when I came for Aunty Beatrice's funeral. Hotels in Nigeria are now so crazily expensive, you know, kind of. Anybody who puts you up for a night or two has done you a massive favor. Okay, so what else can I tell you about my week? Well, on Monday, I went to see Datti Baba Ahmed. He's an opposition politician, member of the Nigerian Labour Party, and was running mate to Mr. Peter Obi in the 2023 election. Very impressive youngish man. I say youngish because he's about 10 years younger than me, but he's not that, he's still middle-aged, I suppose. But anyway, he looks good for his age, and he's very, very good talker, very intelligent, and he owns a university which he established himself. I have got to tell you that it's the most impressive campus I have visited in Nigeria, and I've been to quite a few Nigerian universities. For a private individual who's not even, who to have done this in his 30s and 40s, because I think he's about 50, in his early 50s now, that's just amazing. I mean, you know, when you meet people who do what you know you could never do, you've got to sort of doff your cap. Chapeau, as the French would say, you know? So neat, clean, organized. It's called Baze. And in the coming weeks or months, I'm going to tell you more about the university because it deserves some positive publicity, because it's educating the next generation of Nigerians whom we hope will be better than us, because we haven't done very well, quite frankly. We may have done well academically, but we have not done very well in terms of running the country. Okay, so I'll get back to you on this whole issue of Datti and Baze University, and also about Datti and politics, because Peter Obi, his principal, is, you know, this charismatic, iconic opposition guy. He's like the Pied Piper of Hamelin from that famous poem about all the children who followed this Pied Piper who passed through this town in Germany. And Peter Obi is just that kind of person, you know. Young people followed him, flocked after him. But Datti, his running mate, doesn't really get enough credit for his own attributes and his own charisma. And I'm going to be looking at Datti and introducing you to him more, bit by bit, in the future. Okay, so it's time for food for thought, the weekly slot in which I try to be philosophical and talk about slightly deeper issues that are thought-provoking and that can teach us something. So, you know, New Year's Day, most people make resolutions on January the 1st at the beginning of each year. I always do. So it's either that you stick to some of your resolutions, or you stick to none of them, or you stick to all of them. But the point is that I think it's a really, really good thing to actually at least try and identify the things about your life that need to change. Even if you don't actually get around to changing them, there's this sort of like humility and positivity that comes with acknowledging your weaknesses and your mistakes and planning to do something about it. And I think the same should be done on birthdays. My birthday comes towards the end of each year on October the 7th. So between my birthday and January the 1st is quite a small gap, but still, whenever your birthday happens, even if it's 1 month after New Year's Day or 1 month before, or conveniently your birthday falls in the middle of the year, I think people should sit down and say, hey, what about my life needs to improve? Not just what can I do for myself better, it's also about what can you do for other people, your family, your friends, your work colleagues. Are you organizing your relationships the way you should? Are you mixing with the right people? Because sometimes, are you mixing with the right people? Are you a good friend, and do you have good friends? So many questions about life, family, work, exercise, health. So even though I spent my birthday holed up in bed feeling terrible, I have this week reassessed my life, and I have made some resolutions about things I can do between now and January the 1st to drastically improve, or even minimally improve, the quality of my life and the quality of the lives of some of the people around me. And I hope that Donu's World viewers do the same thing, because self-improvement, we're all works in progress until we die, and self-improvement is a wonderful thing to focus on. Not in an obsessive, narcissistic way, but in a positive, generous, humble, moving forward way. Okay, so tell me, what resolutions did you make on January the 1st? And have you stuck to any of them? And if you have, what helped you stick to them? And if you haven't, what made you abandon them? And do you, like me, regard birthdays as a second opportunity every year to reassess your life and look at ways in which to make it better? We'd love to hear from you. You guys, you don't give me enough feedback. Last Sunday on Viewers Voices, which is the program I do at the weekend, that's where I highlight all the comments that are made that are sent to me by some of you. I did ask for feedback about how Donu's World can improve, and I hope that some of you will take the time to share your thoughts with me. What do you like about Donu's World? What don't you like? Or what do you think I could add to make the channel stronger and better? And so it's not just about your life and my life, it's also about the work we do. And that's enough rambling on from me for today. See you on Sunday on Viewers Voices. I hope some of you will send me some thoughts. Bye.